Good morning, friends, and all respected eminent faculties of India, Raghuvanshi Sir and Jha Sir, Vajpayee Sir, Praveen Sir, Mohit Sir. So, if you have listened this lecture for past half an hour, I hope you have got all the major answers of your curiosity. For example, Vajpayee Sir started the session, and if you have noted down the first structure, what he told you, that is the beginning of the story. I don't know whether you noted down or not, but he told you the first step, ki brother and sisters, you should know the benchmark in the beginning. What is the benchmark of prelims? 100 marks, 100. What is the benchmarks of mains? 800 to 850. This was the first point which you should have noted down from him. You should write on your board or the wall where you are sitting and studying. You should write the first point by Vajpayee Sir. This is the beginning of the story. Jha Sir came and he gave you the biggest mantra of this examination. Biggest mantra. All of them were appreciating me. Jha Sir did not knew me. Mohit Sir have appreciated me a lot. But his first mantra was given by Vajpayee Sir. You should immediately write down the 5 cardinal principles of Buddha. And today you got it. The first principle was given by Vajpayee Sir. The 4 Arya Satyas, and you got the first Arya Satya from Vajpayee Sir. Sir, gentlemen, please, ladies and gentlemen, if you are listening it properly, write it down. You should know the marks, standard. 100 marks in prelims, 105. You have just crossed the line. Second, 815 mains, you are appearing for interview. So first Arya Satya. Second Arya Satya, which Jha Sir said, dynamism and static portions connectivity. Sir, it is the ultimate formula to become an IAS officer, sir. I was listening them very cautiously. I don't know whether you were listening or not, but the way he has given you the second Arya Satya. This is the second Arya Satya, sir. If you develop a command on newspaper with the formula he told you, about IR and judiciary. He said, you know judiciary very well, very good. But if you don't know the current judgments of Supreme Court with the perspective of the background, sir, you will not be able to qualify. The entire approach has changed. Entire approach. Raghuvanshi Sir came. That was a very big surprise because I did not knew that he is from science background. And I consider him the superstar of history in India. We both play in the same team, and by God's grace, whenever he puts his photograph on Facebook, I immediately write superstar. Reason is, see, competition is never among players. Never. Because Lara cannot play like Tendulkar. Tendulkar cannot play like Ganguly. Ganguly cannot play like Kohli. Every player is a unique in his own style. If you compare a teacher, you commit a blunder. There is no comparison, sir. There is no comparison. If you see the team of Australia under Steve Waugh, all were unique. Ricky Ponting, Andrew Simon, Michael Bevan, all. And they all had their own style. And they won 4 World Cups. Consecutively, including Ricky Ponting as a captain. He came here, and he is a big example for you. The person who is from science background, MSc, is teaching history with elegance. I thought he must be PhD in history, and all the way he teaches history. I thought he should have done PhD, and he must be a very good scholar from JNU and all in humanities background. But this was a surprise for me. So this has elevated his status much high in front of me, and now I will write Star of the Millennium on Facebook. Very good, Raghuvanshi Sir. Praveen Sir came, and Praveen Sir told you, see, direction, the word he used. These are the Arya Satyas which you should have noted down. Session is over, sir. I don't know what you took from these people, but he said direction. You see Mahabharat war. UPSC is like, CSE is like the army of Duryodhan in front of you. Bhishma Pitama is standing. Dronacharya is standing. Karna is standing. They are all standing in front of you. And you are like Arjun. You will turn towards coaching. What is a coaching? School is to study with discipline. School teaches you how to study and discipline. Diary is the fundamental thing of school. You forgot certain things of school. If you would have remembered two things from school, if you have learned two things, first thing homework and second thing diary. Diary is a symbol of aristocracy, sir. Tomorrow as an IAS officer, you will have a clerk with you to keep a diary. Because your planning is very important. Jha sir said, I think Jha sir only said, you write every day that I am going to be an IAS in the night and then you see it tomorrow. Sir, it's called as Vipassana, sir. Saving anything in subconscious mind. If you do this for 6 months, sir, you will see miraculous results. So he said direction. It's a very big word, sir. It's not a small word. He said, you come here as he's taking the classes in universities also. So he said, I say people coming here and then they get lost in their academic life and all. And they miss direction and they spend 5-6 years in preparation. That was a very big point, sir. It's true, sir. It's very true, sir. Arjun would not have been able to eliminate Bhishma Pitama without direction. Direction is very important, sir. If you leave Arjun in the battle of Mahabharata, so when the wheel of Karna's chariot goes into the ground, he would have never attacked like Prithviraj Chauhan. This same blunder was done by Prithviraj Chauhan in the battle of Tarain. Muhammad Gaur is without weapon and they are Kshatriyas and it does not suit such to kill a person without weapon. There was no Krishna with Prithviraj Chauhan. Otherwise there would have been no Turkish rule in India. This is the good luck of Arjun that he is having direction. So this was said by Praveen Sir, the fourth Arya Satya. Mohit Sir comes. Mohit Sir is a grand man. Like generally what people do, big people, what they do? They appreciate others. You will never hear Sachin Tendulkar talking about himself. He will always appreciate, see, Dada was a good player and Lara was a good player. I am very fan of Brian Lara and this and that. This is the quality of great people. So you have to appreciate every good thing in every person. This was the fifth thing what Mahavira added in the Jaina philosophy, Brahmacharya. This is what the fifth thing what he did. So finally he comes and then he appreciates everywhere. He talks about himself, ki I do perform and all. Sir, that is also a very important part of teaching. Everyone cannot do it, sir. It's not possible to perform in the class while teaching. It's impossible, sir. So in this past 1 hour 45 minutes, all basic things were given to you. Now before I start telling you about certain new things about civil services, I want to invite Abhash Sir. He is our economy faculty here and a very renowned faculty of economy. Abhash Sir, please come and have a token of gratitude from Raju Barwa Sir. So, sir, please. Now our next faculty is Mr. Ranganath Shukla. He is an IITian from Roorkee and looks like a he's a history teacher, Mr. Ranganath Shukla. So he will be also taking some classes with us here. So these were the 5 things which you learnt in the past 45 minutes class. And they are the 5 basic mantras of this examination. I was telling you about coaching, the importance of coaching. You studied in the school, you enhanced yourself in the college and university. Then why coaching? Direction. 2. Direction. What do you mean by this word direction? Now you're studying history. In history, people blame that there are so many dates, there are so many years, and you have to mug up all these things, etc., etc. No, sir. In your personal life, you don't remember all the dates and years. You remember the date when you were born, then marriage date, that you will remember throughout your life, that you cannot forget. Then if you got first rank in IAS, that you will remember. Similarly, the dates and years which have an impact on national or international history, they are important, sir. 1929, America crashes, economic depression in the world. When America comes into darkness, all those countries who were getting help from America, they came into darkness. Germany comes into darkness. Italy comes into darkness. All those countries. Now capitalists come into darkness and communists are shining under Stalin. This is the scenario which you can visualize from that year. 1929, the most important year in the world history. It's not that a person of history has to remember. Even you, irrespective of your stream, you have to remember, sir. And the picture which you have to visualize is, here on one side of the world, it's complete darkness, capitalist world. On the other side, the shining has started. Stalin starts with his program of industrialization, collectivization, etc., etc. And this becomes the inspiration for the suffering people in the entire world. They have seen the victory of communism in 1917, and now they are seeing the success of socialism in 1929. So now these suffering countries who are suffering from imperialism and capitalism, they must be turning towards communism. And this will become the fear for capitalists. This is going to become the fear for capitalists. So capitalists will immediately stand behind all those people who want to control socialism and communism. And then you will see the rise of Hitler and Mussolini and all those people, and the ground being prepared for the Second World War. It's a learning, sir. Learning has no age. Studying has an age. Learning. You will come to the coaching to learn. Learn the art of prelims. 105 question out of 100. 105 marks out of 200. 60 questions out of 100. Which 60 question? Akbar's mother name is important, sir. He's a great emperor, sir. He understands the unity in diversity in 16th century. Today people are not understanding. Today, you see the condition of India today? Today people are not understanding. Today, when approximately 80% people are literate in this country, then they don't understand the meaning of unity in diversity. What is the meaning of this? It's a basic principle of India, Hindustan, Bharat. He understood in 16th century. So you have to know the name of that person. He's a great for a reason. 1398, Taimur comes. Complete washout of central authority in India. There is no one in central North India. 1398 to 1556, 158 years. Complete unrest. Economic unrest, political unrest, social unrest. In that complete unrest, the person comes on the throne at the age of 16, hardly. And then he handles all the challenges one by one. The economic challenge, Aine Dashal, infrastructure, currency system. Regional revolts, a very important phenomena before Akbar. Whenever center used to become weak, Bengal revolt. Bengal declared independence. Gujarat declared independence. Deccan declared independence. But after Akbar, you will not find it. So what miracle he did to bind this country? Mansabdari system. Zamindari unrest, Jagirdari system. Diversity, Tawheed-e-Ilahi. For every challenge, he has a solution. He becomes great. 1556 to 1605. You have to know every important aspect about him. But Jahandar Shah, who is this Jahandar Shah? He has no importance in history. But you have to know the name of that person. He is a later Mughal who is responsible for the end of Mughal Empire. This is called as law of relevancy. This is the first thing you have to learn here in this institute. You will not come to study here, sir. Your study is over. Your study is over, sir. Studies are over. You will come here to learn. Law of relevancy. So me, Raghuvanshi sir, Mr. Shukla, they will be taking history here, Mohit sir. We all will divide the portion among us and we all will be taking this portion here in dais. Jha sir will be taking political science, polity and IR. Praveen sir is taking geography. Mohit sir is the team member. Abhash sir will be taking economy and all. So this they will teach you here. This they will make you learn. You must be thinking what these people will tell. We have already studied economy and geography. No, 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 sir. Dronacharya was a professor, sir. He was not a coach. That does not mean that professors cannot become coach. They can also become coach. They can also. It's not any hard fast rule. This is the first thing, law of relevancy. Second thing what you will learn, priorities. Praveen sir said planning. I hope he only said planning is very important. Priority plus planning. P is equal to P plus P. Preparation is equal to priority plus planning. Priority is very important. 1850s, Bismarck becomes the Chancellor of Prussia. He has a dream of unifying Germany. He knows that unification of Germany, the destiny of unification is war with Austria. He knows he has to fight with Austria. So when you have to fight with Austria, you have to prepare. What will be the first preparation? Economic empowerment. So Bismarck's first step is economic empowerment. Second step is military empowerment. Third step is unsolved and solved. When you come to Delhi, the first thing you should buy is unsolved and solved. He combines himself with Austrian army and both of them attacked Denmark. In future he has to fight with Austria. So he combines with Austrian army and he fights with Denmark. And he understands the strategy and strength of Austrian army. This is called as priorities. For all those people for whom everything is important at one time, they suffer in this world. There is nothing called failure in this world. Suffering. No one fails, sir. Suffering. Then when you will start, and this preparation, the main dimension of this preparation is mains. That is why this examination is also called as Chakravyuh. Prelims is the first part, but the preparation does not start from there. The preparation starts from mains. What is mains? Concept cum fact. It's not a factual examination, prelims. Prelims is a practicer. If you have a command on mains, prelims is in your hand. In your hand. I'm not saying you have qualified. If you have a command on mains, prelims is in your hand. To guarantee your selection in prelims, you have to practice. Time management. Practice means time management plus the common sense based questions. Tricky questions. And in mains you will find certain words. Elucidate. Examine. Discuss. And every word has a different references. So we'll start from mains here in this institute dais. Our first approach will be mains. Then we will come to the prelims practice. And in those two preparations, personality development will go on. As Praveen Sir said, we will not punish you here. Definitely not. There is no provision of punishment for elder people. You cannot punish. It's a saying also that when the sleeper of a son comes into the feet of a father, so it's like a friendly relation. So we will have a cordial atmosphere. We will be a friend. You don't worry. We will ask those people to speak who will never speak in the class. And the most important point of this institute, our Northeast brothers and sisters, when they come here, they feel isolated here. What Raju Barwa sir is concerned about, his main concern is that when our Northeast brothers and sisters, and we are proud of Meera Janubhai, all Indians are proud of her. I wrote a post on Facebook. Everyone should take the oath that there will be no discrimination with the people of Northeast. I tweeted it. So the most important agenda apart from all this coaching and all, these stars will tell you everything, sir. They did not get the efficient time. Five minutes was there with everyone. And 5 minutes a teacher takes to gain momentum. A teacher needs 5 minutes to gain momentum. 5 to 10. Then he becomes non-stop. So when you, in these 5 minutes they told you everything. You just imagine in 2 hours what they will do. So we are 9 jewels of Vajpayee Sir. So Akbar had no ratnas na. So Vajpayee Sir is having no ratnas. And everyone will deal with this specific topic. Plus, the most important point that I have seen, I have been teaching in all the big institutes of India. So I have seen that Northeast students, they generally don't interact with us. We will force you here. We will not allow you to go until and unless you ask a question. Interaction is very important, sir. Interaction with the teacher, discussion with the teacher. So the major objective of this program is to create a very cordial atmosphere for the people of Northeast, so that they can find a very good place among us. So this will be the whole approach of discussing everything here in this institute. Almost everything has been discussed, almost everything has been said. But then also I will request Vajpayee Sir that at least a teacher should get 1 or 2 hours specifically to talk about the subject. So when I start these classes of history, then I will discuss the entire history portion, its importance, its relevancy. So the portion which I will get, I will discuss. Then Raghuvanshi Sir will discuss, Mohit Sir, and Mr. Shukla, all will discuss our respective portion. We will tell you the approach of prelims, the approach of mains, the approach of interview, and all those things. So we hope, all of us hope that, see, speaking much is not important, but speaking substantial thing is very important. So I hope in these 2 hours, we started from 10:30, that's around 12. So in these 2 hours, it's around 12. So it's 1.5 hours. I hope today's outer structure you got from us. What is our plan? What is our approach? What we are going to do? And then one by one we will start the session. As Vajpayee Sir said, possibly 12th. Or if the lockdown does not open, then 16th. But very soon we are going to start the course. So we'll tell you on 12th, we'll tell you the entire program, the entire schedule, how it will start, who will be the first player, etc., etc. And then we'll meet in the class. Thank you.